So let's talk today about how we can go about finding ourselves that perfect tantric lover that we are dreaming of. So you've discovered that there's more to sexuality than what we've been fed in Hollywood, in magazines, in pornography, and so on. And you've discovered these amazing depths of conscious sexuality, of tantra, of Taoism, of sensuality, and you're really keen to explore. So well done. And when we look for something, when we truly open our hearts and open our minds to seek things, we do find them. Literally, the universe has our back and it gets together to conspire with us to find and get what we want and what we are searching for. So now, looking at finding a tantric lover, of course, in Tantra, we understand that we're changing the whole paradigms of sexuality that were fed to us by Hollywood, fed to us by magazines, by porn, and so on. So if we look at this in a very simple energetic terms, we can look, sexuality is made up of two main forces. So one of those forces is the energy of love inside of our hearts. The other one is the sexual energy that is inside of our sexual organs. Now, very often in Western sexuality, Western portrayal of sexuality, these two forces, they're unbalanced. So it might be just a lot of sexual energy coming out of the sexual organs, or maybe there's a lot of love without the sexual energy. But what we're seeking to do in Tantra is to balance these two energies. Now, in the West, we tend to have a lot of sexual energy coming out of our sexual organs, which isn't balanced basically with the energy of our hearts. And when we're first approaching a new person, if we approach them with our sexual energy, it's very unlikely that the heart is going to kick in later on. So, my advice and my approach to basically, seeking new friendships and more is to approach people with like a really open heart. So by this, I mean, not approaching people thinking, are we going to have sex? Am I going to be your boyfriend or am I going to be your girlfriend? But just to open them and start to experience what they really are on the soul level. So it means not just going for girls because they're pretty or guys because they're cute, but really opening up to feel and experience what a person truly is. When I say going for an open mind about whether you're going to have sex or not, really going to a person and actually looking for a friendship, for a strong friendship that's not dependent on having sex. Because personally, if someone comes to me and they're only interested in sex without the idea of a friendship behind that, I'm not interested, because relationships just don't work if there's not like a strong friendship involved, basically. So one of the really, really important things about tantric relationships is our ability to experience intimacy. Now, by intimacy, I don't mean physical touch or sex, because we can have sex without intimacy and we can have intimacy without sex. So what actually is intimacy? Intimacy is the ability to open our hearts, to talk, to really show our true selves and be vulnerable and authentic in who we are. Now, for example, me just being able to say, this thing happened today and I feel sad about it, or this is making me feel insecure, or this made me angry. Whatever my genuine and authentic feelings are, to be able to talk about those. Now, of course, it's really actually important for our own health, for our own mental health, to be able to talk and to have people to talk to. Now, of course, it's not good to just go and blurt everything out to someone, especially maybe someone we don't know. But growing intimacy and growing the ability to have intimacy is a really, really powerful thing. So, for example, if we meet a new person, we can just test them a little bit and just go, maybe even about something that's not particularly that, important to us, but just saying, this did make me feel sad today, and just gauge their reaction, check what they say. Do they dismiss you or do they open up? And they maybe start talking about the things that are making them feel certain ways. Now, of course, if you've gone through a lifetime of repressing your emotions and blocking yourself off to intimacy, this can be like really, really scary. And so it's really important to just go slowly, to test a little bit and just to see, you know, because some people, they have a greater capacity for intimacy. Some people have less. If you're a man, I mean, I suggest to my male clients, start off with your mother and start opening your heart to your mother and build a circle of female friends around you. Now, if you don't have female friends and you're a male looking for partnership with a female, that's a big indicator that you've got an issue to do with the way that you're relating to women. The same if you're a female with no male friends. It's really important that you find a way, just a healthy way, to relate to the opposite sex. So ultimately what I mean by this is, you know, that as a female, I'm not going to every man looking for sex, and that males aren't just, you know, looking for sex with every female that they meet, because if this is the kind of way that you're relating, it's just an unhealthy way to relate, and it's definitely not going to it's not going to lead to a healthy tantric partnership. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is that Tantra and Taoism, of course, is very much about our relationship with ourselves. It's about our relationship with our own bodies. So it's absolutely essential to start doing practices, to start getting into practices, and to make ourselves just really, really strong inside ourselves, energetically strong, awaken our own Kundalini. And then when we've got this energetic state within ourselves, we're going to be sending out so much energy that's just attracting that energy in other people to come to us. And that literally is the most important part of it. So remember, open your heart and be really genuine and authentic, and you will find what you're looking for.